Today, I'm showing you guys homes that start in the $400,000 price range in one of the top school districts in all of Southern California. What's going on, guys, and welcome to Somewhere in SoCal. My name is Mike Cadillac, and on this channel, I show you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. In today's video, I am back in the city of French Valley, all right, where we are zoned to the Temecula School District. So we're living in French Valley. Houses, like I mentioned, starting in the $400,000 price range, but we're zoned to Temecula Schools, one of the top school districts in Riverside County. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna hop into these three model townhomes that they've got here. Now keep in mind, there are floor plans, 4 floor plan. I'm gonna tour these three really cool models. We're gonna hop on the map. I'm gonna show you guys what it's like to actually live here, over schools, shopping, medical care, all that sort of stuff that makes life worth living, to show you if this could be your somewhere in SoCal. All right, a couple things I want to touch on before we kind of dive into these houses. All right, number one, all right, the HOA. All right, it's going to be a little bit of a high HOA, but there are some really cool amenities here, unlike some other communities in this general area. So behind me here, right to the side of the models, you'll see they're building a really cool pool. All right, pool complex right there. We're going to have a pool, a spa, all that sort of stuff. If we turn around and go behind me this way, they're building a pretty good sized sports park down there. So you're gonna have lots of amenities in this community with the pool, with the sports park, all that kind of stuff. And as I'm sure you'll notice from the drone shots, all right, we're kind of out in nature. All right, it's a cool country drive to get here. It kind of, to be honest, it turns some people off. I absolutely love it. I love the views. I loved my country drive on the way in here. It had the 70 degrees, nice little breeze up here, had the windows down, the country music up. It was beautiful driving out here today. So I love the country aspect of this, but don't let that scare you away, because we're still super close to all the stuff you need to do. The less than 10 minutes from shopping, Costco, malls, all that sort of stuff within a really close drive, as I'll show you on that map video a little bit later. But having seen all the views and the hills and everything that you see in the drone shots out here, the biggest questions I always get have to do with the fires. All right, not just, in this area, but all over, but specifically this area. Yes, we kind of are in a high fire zone. Okay. One of the cool things with the HOA is that the fire insurance is baked into it. So this HOA is gonna be a little bit higher than most of the HOAs in this general area. The HOA combined is $657 a month. Yes, I know. All right, that's about in line with LA, Orange County, San Diego HOAs, maybe even a little bit higher. All right, but it does include the fire insurance. So that's something that's a little bit of peace of mind, kind of, sort of. All right, I know it's still a big amount to chew off, but just know in other fire areas that I'm selling, some of the insurance is like $800 a month on top of everything else, with a far less HOA. So that's something to think about. The other thing is the tax rate. The tax rate in this community is going to be 2.1%. That includes special assessments, Melrose, all that sort of stuff. So it is a little bit on the higher side compared to some of the other new builds in the area, but it is what it is. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. One other thing I want to mention before we dive into this stuff. All right. A lot of the questions I get, I work for you guys, not these builders. So yes, I'm at Taylor Morrison today. All right. I've done Pulte, KB Homes. I do all the different builders. So I work for you guys though. I go out and I'm just a resource for you guys. So if you guys want to go out and see any community, all right, I'm your guy. I know agents at all the spots. I can get you the best deal. So if you want the best deal and you want to, utilize my resources, my relationships that I've built up over the past, 2+ years doing this sort of stuff, where I've helped hundreds of you guys. All right, if you want to use my resources and have me help you negotiate the best deals, hook you up with my people to streamline the process and make things so smooth for you. All right, make sure you go ahead and reach out. My phone number is going to be on the screen right now. Whether you want to come out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever, I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, the other thing, this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like the sort of stuff from between new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. And if you happen to see me out in public, say hi. My kids absolutely love it. And I know some of you guys have seen my kids in videos too. They love when they're getting noticed out in public. So don't feel weird. I was actually out yesterday for Mother's Day, and there's a guy sitting next to us. He was there. Al is next to this guy. And before I know his name, but before he leaves, he came up and said, "Hey man, keep up the good work, keep up the content. We love watching your channel." Don't feel awkward. Come say hi, even if I'm with my family. My kids absolutely love it. My wife can't believe that there's people who find me on YouTube. But I love meeting you guys out in person, so don't ever feel awkward coming up to me and saying hi in person. I absolutely love meeting you guys and trying to get to see the people and meet the people that I'm helping through this channel, whether I directly work with you ever or not. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this tour started. All right, guys, so we're going to kick things off with their plan one. This right here is going to be 1,497 square feet. Just like all the houses we're going to see today, it's 3 beds, 2.5 baths. This one kind of sort of has a little mini loft, and all these houses have a 2-car garage on the back side of the property. All right, and this one right here starts at $450,000. So we'll get a nice little taste on the outside here of this one. I love the exterior here. So you can have kind of this style. And you see kind of that one that's over there. Let's flip video off. It's got like a Spanish style exterior there. All right, but all these houses are going to come with this little courtyard patio type thing with the vinyl fencing, with your AC unit up front. But super cool vibey stuff. There's a little egg seat thing here, and you kind of sit out here and enjoy nature, the views, beautiful clouds. Yeah, this is a really cool spot. Anywho, let's go on in and see this one. Again, this is their smallest one. It's about 1,500 square feet. So all these are going to have kind of just the living area downstairs, and it's going to differ and get bigger as we go through this. All right, but you're going to have your kind of designated dining area over here, and then kind of just note the floors too, the different floors that we'll see throughout. Love those nice mirrors right there to kind of open up the space. Then you got this like textured wallpaper here, super cool. Nice artwork. Kind of our designated living room area right here. So you kind of got this like love seat with an ottoman type deal there, little stump table thingies. The only spot to put the TV there, kind of right as you use that wall that's kind of going to the stairs are. And then we've got a really good sized island. So you got this 1,500 square foot house, and you got this nice big island downstairs that's going to fit, you know, the 4 stools there. Now, I've been in some, you know, bigger houses that have smaller islands, so I really love the way they laid this out downstairs, really functional, to where if you got like a smaller family, maybe this is your dinner table and you use that space a little bit differently. So different things you can do there. Get the nice sink there with that upgraded faucet. Nice little pendant lights hanging down. We'll go around the back here and kind of show you the cabinets. Copy station over here. And then I'll show you this kind of extended backsplash back there. Really nice touch, those subway tiles. Show you the back side here. So really nice, cozy living area downstairs here. Then off to the side over here, we're gonna have our pantry. So we got the pantry here. Pretty good sized pantry. We'll go back this way and we're gonna have our powder room. The little downstairs powder room. One thing I want to point out, some people always ask, like, hey, there's no doors. No, there's going to be doors here. They just don't want kids slamming fingers. So anytime I'm walking through these houses today, you see a spot where there should be a door, there's going to be a door, except for usually in the master bedroom. I'll point that out here in a second. I'm going to enter the master bathroom. But the powder room here, you got our garage access right here. And then we got this coat closet storage area kind of under the stairs this way. So your long day to work, you walk in this way from the garage and boom. Kind of your setup here. All right, and maybe you go straight up the stairs like I'm about to. All right, so we'll head upstairs right now. It's kind of a cool way to decorate this big naked walls or run up the stairs pretty cool. Some people put mirrors there too. That's kind of cool too. But we'll get to the top of the stairs here. More artwork. But yeah, this is kind of like a little mini workstation loft type deal I was talking about a little bit earlier. So they've got this set up as like a kids playroom art area, the TV. But as you'll see in some of the other ones, they got like idea to set up as a workstation or something else. So you get some other motivation or inspiration as they go to the next house. But across the way up here, nice wide doorway. We got bathroom number 1, the official bathroom number 1. Your drawers and cabinets and mirror. Shower tub combo. Off to the right over here, we're gonna have bedroom number 1. You got the flooring throughout the bedroom up here. Window looking out to the back. And just go back in this corner and kind of get you guys a feel. So this feels like it's just a standard bedroom, or standard size bedroom, I should say. The furniture is a little bit on the bulkier side, so on the camera it might seem a little bit small. You like these mirrors to open it all up though. Pretty cool. Am I feeling on cool? Guys, so I actually, this is my second time filming this. I filmed this whole thing, back to my car, and microphone was dead, so amateur hour. So even someone who does this all the time, I was out at Mother's Day yesterday, and I brought the charger on my stuff. I was like, oh, it'll be good. It wasn't. So this is round 2, so it's a little more, maybe I'll go through it faster. I don't know. Anyways, we did the bathroom. Oh, I skipped this bedroom. All right, here we go. So bedroom number 2. The nice tall ceilings here, like that light fixture up there. So this is kind of our nursery setup in here, like the rug here to kind of go off that wood flooring. Window looking out to the back. And I really like that dresser down below. That's super cool. There we go. All right, so we're gonna cross over now. Before we get to the master, we're gonna have our laundry room. All right, so we have the laundry room here. You get those built-in cabinets up top, the hanging cabinets, washer dryer hookup, and these built-in shelves, which is super cool. Like that a lot. Then we go here and we enter the master bedroom. Super big room. Nice big bed and nightstands or dressers on each side. Textured wallpaper too? No, not textured, but it appears textured. That's a nice little touch as an accent wall there. Spin this thing around and kind of show you what's over here. I'm liking that rug on the wood flooring to have that area rug under the bed. Nice touch. Everything there. Walk on back into the master bathroom. We got the his and her sinks with all the drawers and cabinets and all you need there. We got our shower here with sliding glass doors. Throne area, all the normal stuff, guys. And then we've got our walk-in closet. This will be the smallest walk-in closet of the three. I can say that now because I told you guys I already walked through all these and filmed them all. But right now, you guys are basically on one rod, 9 feet across, maybe. All right, so it's still probably enough space. Right, when people come out and see these closets, like, oh my gosh, this is massive. So it's probably enough space depending where you're coming from. So, anyways, this right here was the plan one. It's 1,497 square feet. We've got 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms. You've got this little cool loft workstation area, a 2-car garage, and this one starts at $450,000. All right, so next up, we've got their plan 2. This one here is just over 1,600 square feet. We have 1,601 square foot. It's 1,601 square foot, 1,601 square feet. It used to be an English teacher. All right, don't judge me. It's been several years. Proud to speak English. All right, anyways, 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms, 2-car garage. And once again, we have a little workstation loft area that you'll see up there. All right, this one right here, they have one starting at $430,000. All right, so that's just kind of a one-off thing. So $430 is where this is starting at for a quick move-in. But more traditionally, the other plan 2s they got, I see a $479, I see a $470. So that's probably the more traditional price, but they do have one at $430 if you're ready to move now. So anyways, let's take a peek at this one from the outside. It's kind of on the corner here. All right, I'll kind of just show you this little courtyard patio thing they got up front here. AC units, all that. All right, anyways, let's go in and see this thing. Yeah, this was pretty impressive the first time I logged in here. All right, so you get this nice, big, open living area, much bigger than the one that we just walked through. All right, so flows pretty nicely. I love that like L-shaped island countertop thing over there. We'll get to that in a second. All right, but let's first check out our little coat closet as we enter here. Then right here, we're gonna have our kind of designated dining area. Bench, the chairs, cool little setup there. The window looking off to the side. And then decorated this little naked wall with that thing. Pretty cool there, like wine glasses and stuff. I'll spin it around here and kind of just show you the downstairs living area as far as like the living room goes. All right, so L-shaped couch there, cool little area rug, like kind of those stacked coffee table things. Cool little dresser. Big window looking out to the front. And the one thing I want to point out is this cool like entryway table as you come in. Probably a cool spot to do this right behind the couch there. You may put your keys in there and all little knickknacks and stuff like that as you, whatever you do when you run out the door. All right, but this was kind of my favorite spot right here. So you got this big countertop island thing where you've got with the 5 bar stools there, nice big countertop. Pieces there. Got the sink in the middle, got these pendant lights up top. It's a nice little touch. And I'm loving the color combo here with those like gray cabinets. You got the countertop here. And then you got the extended backslash there. Those subway tiles. Nice little deal there. And the one thing I want to point out on this one, all right, sometimes you get these builders and like they do these cabinets, there's like a big space between the top of the cabinets and the ceiling. All right, so these aren't going to have the extended cabinets all the way to the ceiling, but you'll see there's not like a space there. It's like just the drywall there. So I think that's a cool little touch that's a little bit different than most builders. Fridge there. Walk on back this way. We're going to have our pantry. Really cool walk-in pantry here, kind of under the stairs. So nice setup there with the shelves and everything. And off to the across from here, and have a little powder room. Powder in there. mirror, all that stuff. And there's our garage access, and then boom, up the stairs we go. All right, as I go up the stairs, just want to remind you guys, this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like the sort of stuff from creating new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff. Like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way stay up to date on everything going on in the local area. Anywho, we're at the top of the stairs. Let's go straight into the laundry room. Got the washer dryer hookups here. Same thing, hanging cabinets on top, and the built-in shelving over here. We'll save the master for last. We'll walk across the way here, and this is kind of that workstation we talked about. So the other house we just came in had like a kids play area set up. This is kind of like more of the adult version of that. So you got your little workstation there. Kind of a fan of this like little sliding chalkboard thing. That's kind of cool. Really cool setup there. Maybe you need to work from home or something. All right, then over here we've got bathroom number 1. Shower tub combo. All the normal stuff. And the cabinets match the downstairs. All right, and coming here, we've got bedroom numero uno. So bedroom number 1. Feels a little bit busy in here. But it feels like a normal sized room. I do like those little like window covering things up top. It's kind of cool. So you got the windows on each side of the headboard there. Nice big window looking out to the back over here. Kind of like a dog themed room. Spin it around for you guys. This is super cool. I like that little doggy statue. That's dope. Super cool. Come on over. Boom. Bedroom number 2. All right, so this little girly room setup. Got the fan working today. So lots of space in here. I think just kind of the layout here. It feels the same as the other bedroom. Go ahead and spin this thing around. See everything there. This little dresser here. Walk across now to the master bedroom. So I skipped that on the way up because I like to save it for last. Walk in here, boom, massive master bedroom. All right, nice little light fixture there. So super wide, lots of natural light with all the windows and everything here. The little seating space in the corner. Really cool setup. I am a fan of the art in here. Anyways, let's go back and see the walk-in, the master bathroom. So his and her sinks, all the drawers, cabinets, all that good stuff. Nice big mirror. Same deal. You got these sliding glass doors there for the shower, walk-in shower. Got our throne area back here. Here we go. Little window as you do your business out there. We'll go this way. And we've got our walk-in closet. This thing's bigger than the last one. But pretty good size here with all the rods and the racks and the shelves and all that stuff to do whatever you need to do with your clothes. I will go ahead and do my full-on spin test. Your arms are extended. I am spinning. It passes the test, I promise. All right, so that wraps this floor plan up. Again, this was the plan to 1,601 square feet. We got 3 beds, 2.5 baths. We got that little loft workstation type deal over there, 2-car garage. And this one is, they have one for $430,000. All right, but as I mentioned earlier, it's probably more realistic to say around $470 for this floor plan. All right, so last but definitely not least, we've got their plan 4. Now keep in mind, they do have a plan 3 that's sized in between the plan 2 and the plan 4. All right, but the plan 4 behind me right here is 1,843 square feet. Just like all the other ones, 3 beds, 2.5 baths. So we're gonna have an actual real size loft in here. All right, same deal with the 2-car garage. And this one right here starts at $490,000. All right, so we got this kind of little corner piece here on this one from the model. And once again, I'll kind of just show you a little courtyard patio thing at the front of the house up here. We can kind of just chill and set up some outdoor seating. We'll walk inside, and this one's got a super impressive, big open living area downstairs. All right, so much bigger than the other ones. I got our designated dining area right here. Those windows letting the light in. Spin around just to show you this back side. I guess I'll go to the kitchen. So here's kind of our kitchen setup here. I'm going to start off with the pantry. Kind of pantry at the front up here. And then notice they've got, you know, the darker flooring in this one. And then I love the dark finishes and handles and stuff in the kitchen here. And that'll be throughout the whole house. So extended backsplash again. And the white and black contrast here with everything super awesome. Got the upgraded faucet here. Really, really nice feeling. Really good sized island here with those pendant lights hanging down at top. We got the 4 bar stools on the back side here. Just a really nice kitchen. Really nice feel to it. Then over here, we've got our living room. All right, like the little backside table right here again. Got our area rug and a super cool, like, I would say, I mean, it's real life, it is 3-dimensional, but just like the shape of this coffee table is really cool. And it goes really well with that entertainment center down below. Windows on that side, cool light fixture right here. I like the way they did that wall there too, kind of on the side here. And then off to the side over here, this is going to be a powder room. All right, it's currently locked, but trust me, it's just a powder room just like the other ones. All right, and we got this little entryway table right here because this is currently the sales office, but that's our garage access. And then we've got a little coat closet / storage area right as you're coming through the garage there. Let's go ahead and head upstairs. As I do that, all right, just want to remind you guys, if you like anything you see, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Whether it comes out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. All right, I would love to look at some homes with you and kind of see, you know, if this is your somewhere in SoCal or help you find it somewhere else. So anyways, we are at the top of the stairs now. And here's that traditional loft I talked about. So nice big loft area up here. Got the L-shaped couch. Got Jenga and the dice and all that stuff. A really cool secondary living area up here. I'll cross over though. Just right over here, we got bathroom number 1. Here's your traditional deal. The dark handles and everything there, including stuff in the shower tub combo. Next to that, we've got bedroom number 1. Really good sized room here. Guys, there's so much room at the foot of the bed. Whoa. They do a carpet in this room. Windows. All the good stuff. Spin it around for you. Here we go. Closet and all that stuff. All right, we have bedroom number 2 right here. Really good sized room. Kind of like a beachy theme. Hand drawn like waves on the wall for the wallpaper there. Pretty cool surfboard picture. Like that light fixture too. I know on the nightstand we got one over here too. Very nice. And I'm a huge fan of that mirror there. That's super cool. Kind of looks like one of those like old school submarine type windows or something like that. The bars and stuff. That's super cool. Closet there. Then off over here, we've got our laundry room. Did I do the laundry room yet? Might repeat here, guys. I told you earlier, I screwed up with no microphone. So, all right, so we got the hanging cabinets up top. Same thing with the black handles and stuff. The built-in shelving. I'm pretty sure I did talk about that. Yeah, I talked about that. So we're across over now to the master bedroom, and this thing is huge. All right, so really good size master. Like a really cool light piece up top with the windows on the sides of the headboard. I like the symmetry there. Nice. Let's go check this out for a second. You have this nice big window looking out here. Guys, we're in, I mentioned earlier, we're kind of just out in nature, but we're still really close to like shopping with like, you know, Costco and the mall and stuff like that. So it's really cool that we're kind of got that nature aspect of things. We're still close enough to stuff. And you spin this thing around. Really good sized room up here. Go ahead and walk into the master bathroom. Turn it around for you guys. So we got the his and her sinks. Still got those dark finishes. Faucets and the handles and stuff can match downstairs. And the one thing I love here is they got the black trim on the shower. It looks so sleek and modern and nice. And over here we got our throne area. Up there. And then we've got our walk-in closet. So very similar to the last closet that we saw. You got your stuff for hanging, your stuff for folding, and pretty good amount of floor space. I will go ahead and do that spin test for you guys. All right, we're good. We're doing it. Pass the spin test. All right, so again, this was the plan for 1,843 square feet. Just like all the other ones, 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms. But this one does have like an actual loft All right, we can actually like a secondary living area. Same deal with the 2-car garage. And this one starts at $490,000. Alrighty guys, so next up, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna hop on the map and show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We'll go over school, shopping, and medical care, all that sort of stuff. But first, I did want to go in and just quickly walk you guys through that last floor plan, the floor plan 3 that we did not get to see modeled here. So let's dive into their website. Alrighty, so here we are with their plan 3. You see it starts at $490,000 basically, same as the other ones, 3 beds, 2.5 baths, 1843 other square footage. So it's basically the same square footage as the plan 4. So to be honest, I don't even know what the main difference would be here. And 3, I mean, they got it all set up. So anyway, let's go see the floor plan here and show you guys what it looks like. So you kind of, this is the up top here is where we enter kind of basically, and here's the back side of the garage. So enter to the house like we have done in these other videos. You got your courtyard up front here. You got your dining area with the nice big island here. The sinks in the island with the dishwasher. You got a pantry. Yeah, this feels like the exact same layout pretty much as that plan 4 that you guys just saw. So maybe I'm wasting my time here doing this, but if the stairs are going up, let's just see the second level. Maybe the second level is a little bit different. On the second level, you get up the stairs. You got your loft for an optional 4th bedroom there. You got the bedrooms in each corner here. And this one's bedroom 3 is a little bit bigger, it looks like. Washer dryer over there. Bathroom. Yeah, guys, this feels the same as plan 4 pretty much. So not exactly sure what the difference is, but you know, you get to see it there on the website. So anyways, let's hop on the map here and kind of show you where we're at. So Oliva at Siena by Taylor Morrison in French Valley. So French Valley, guys, is kind of southeast of Menifee, south of Winchester, a little bit northeast of Murrieta and Temecula. So I drove in from Menifee, kind of down this back road, Winchester Road, and came up this way. Beautiful country drive. I absolutely loved it. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about kind of what life looks like here. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is the schools. All right, as I mentioned earlier, we are zoned to the Temecula schools. So one of the top school districts in, you know, I think it's number 1 or number 2 in Riverside County, but one of the top school districts in Southern California. For the elementary school, we're zoned to Susan Lavorgna. I probably butchered that. Elementary. Looking about a 7-minute drive to get here. So you're basically just driving through another little neighborhood to get over here. So Lavorgna Elementary, about a 7-minute drive. We're at Bella Vista Middle School, which is a little bit further, about an 11-minute drive. Go down Washington here, turn on Ald, and then yeah, so kind of pretty much a straight shot here, kind of right behind the French Valley Airport. Real quick, French Valley Airport, I couldn't fly my drone in some of the spots because we're kind of in an airport zone, so the community is kind of on the outskirts there, but in kind of closer to the airport where the stuff is that I'm going to talk to you guys about, drones are a no-go unless you're a pro. So high school is Chaparral High School in Temecula. All right, so about 15 to 20 minute drive there. So the schools are a little bit further than most of these videos that I do. You know, a lot of the communities I'm doing, schools are pretty much all 3 levels within 10 minutes. So you do have to go a little bit further out if you're someone who has kiddos. But like I mentioned, you're one of the top rated school districts. So, you know, obviously if you have kids, that's something a lot of people care about. And then eventually, if you ever wanted to sell your home, I know you don't have it yet, but if you ever want to sell this house, resale value with a good school district obviously helps out too. So those are the 3 levels of school there. Next up, I kind of just wanted to go over the shopping. So let me do McDonald's on, hopefully I picked the right one. McDonald's in Winchester. I think it's this one. We'll find out. There we go. Yes. All right. So this is like the main closest shopping center to where we are. So as I mentioned on this thing, it looks like we're very country out in the sticks a little bit as you see some of the drone shots, but we're actually like within 10 minutes of stuff. All right, so this is kind of the closest shopping center right here. So I just put McDonald's because I just knew it was there. But there's a shopping center kind of along the side down here. So you see, you got the gym here with EOS Fitness. You got a grocery outlet for your grocery store, Chipotle, Panera. There's a McDonald's in here, Waba Grill, Del Taco, Subway, Carl's Jr. So Stater Brothers Market right here. So lots of different things, CVS, Chinese food. This for Stadium Pizza or Pizza Factory. Yeah, Pizza Factory. Go there after the baseball game sometimes. So if you guys ever go here, you may see me. Alrighty, but you know, definitely a little shopping center here with lots of different options for you. with all like the basic necessities, gas station, that sort of thing. So that is about a 10-minute drive-ish, maybe a little closer depending which spot of the community or which spot of the shopping center you're going to. So we'll call it a 10-minute drive to like the basic necessities with everything you would need. But I know we're close to a Costco, so let me show you guys Costco, about 15 minutes away from the Costco in Murrieta. So you see here, this is that main Costco that I always talk about. So you got Costco, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's. There's a Farmer Boys there. There's I think a Pieology or Blaze Pizza. So all kinds of stuff here. There's an Aldi. So really good spot here. And another thing to note, we're close to Vista Murrieta High School, which is one of the top sports high schools in the area. So if you're someone who cares about high school sports and that sort of thing, Vista Murrieta, find a way to get in over there. That's close by. And then right on the other side of the 215 freeway here, you're going to have another shopping center here where you have a Target, you have a Home Depot, Tractor Supply Co., Starbucks, some other little eatery things over here. So lots of, like, pretty much everything you need, including Costco within 15 minutes in Target. The next thing I'll show you guys is the Promenade Temecula, which is our like traditional mall. It's about 20 minutes away from this community. So you take the back road down here through Winchester. Once again, a super easy drive, country drive to get down into here. But you'll see all kinds of restaurants and stuff on the outskirts here. But this is that traditional mall you think of when you think of, hey, I'm going to the mall. So they got the food court, the department stores. And they do have a Dick's Sporting Goods here, Round One Arcade with bowling and that sort of thing. There's also like an outdoor portion of the mall with an Apple Store, Coach, Lululemon. There's a Yard House restaurant out there. So lots of stuff to do in this general area. There's a Trader Joe's there as well. So this is kind of like the main hub of the area where everyone kind of goes to on the weekends if you want that, you know, mall outing with movie theaters and all that sort of stuff. Next up, I'll do Old Town Temecula. This is really cool for like foodies, lots of little mom and pop things, some breweries, that sort of stuff. So about 25 minutes to Old Town Temecula. I am going to do Pachanga. This is actually where I was at yesterday when in the opening, when I said, you know, I was sitting by someone for a couple hours and then they said hi to me as they were leaving. That, you know, said they watched my show. So we're about 30 minutes away from Temecula. Guys, this is an amazing resort. I'm kicking myself in the ass because I've been there like 4 or 5 times since I moved here, and it's just really awesome. It's very relaxing, really cool pool area, restaurants, obviously the casino, the golf course, just a really gorgeous, relaxing vibe here. They got the RV resort there as well. So, you know, being about half an hour away from Pachanga is definitely a plus if you're into that scene a little bit. I will do wine country as well. Let me just do Callaway. All right, so we'll get into wine country, about 15-20 minutes away from wine country. So guys, lots of life to live around here, things to do, and you're in this, you know, in these houses in the $400,000 price range, which is awesome. All right, then I'll kind of zoom out and kind of show you. You got Lake Skinner right here, really close to where we are. We've got Diamond Valley Lake up north here. You've got Lake Paris up top here, and then we got Lake Elsinore to the west over here. So you got 4 lakes that you guys can go camping, go hiking, go on the water, all kinds of stuff there. So lots of really cool outdoorsy types of things and lots of hiking trails in this general area with gorgeous views, as I mentioned earlier. So we have schools, shopping, things to do. We got to do medical care. All right, I'm going to go to Loma Linda. That's probably the closest like traditional hospital. All right, so Loma Linda University Medical Center, you know, 15-20 minutes away. Right, kind of closer to the freeway right here. There's also a children's hospital, part of that right there as well. And we also got Kaiser Permanente in Murrieta, which is just north of that. So about 15 minutes to that Kaiser. I think that kind of covers the main stuff there. Let's go over airports and that sort of thing. I'm going to do Ontario. The Ontario International Airport. About an hour and 5 minutes there. I wonder if there's, I think it's because we're just tucked back in the hills here, because normally it's like 45 minutes from Menifee. So a little over an hour to the Ontario airport. LAX next, if you needed to get into LA. A little bit less than 2 hours up to LAX. Let's do San Diego. San Diego is about an hour 15, hour 20 down to that airport down there. Irvine, John Wayne over in Irvine. About an hour 15, hour 20 there. So kind of right in the middle of those 2 airports. And I'll do Palm Springs Airport, hour 15 there. So it's kind of really just a triangle with those 3 airports. So pick your poison, find the best deal, and go if you needed to go out to those spots. But the main reason I show you guys those airports is for points of reference, because there's, you know, things to do around the airports, or maybe you need to fly in or go visit family, or family's flying in and whatnot. So you guys get an idea there, just how far away the airports are from this community here in French Valley. I like to wrap this thing up on these maps with fun things to do. So we'll go with Disneyland. All right, a little bit less than an hour and a half from Disneyland here. And another cool thing is the beaches. So let's do La Jolla down in San Diego. Hour 15 to the beach there, Oceanside Pier. We're looking at about an hour and 5. And then let's do Dana Point for our Orange County beach. Hour and a half to that beach. So yeah, it is what it is. A little further than some of the other spots because we are more inland and a little bit more country per se. But yeah. Anyways, so I went over the school, shopping, medical care, things to do, airports, Disneyland, beaches, all that good stuff to see if this could be your somewhere in SoCal. Anyways, let's go back and wrap this video up. Alrighty guys, so that wraps this video up. We toured 3 of the 4 floor plans they've got here. Hopped on a map, showed you guys what it was like to actually live here, whenever schools, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. And keep in mind, we are in one of the top school districts in all of Southern California, where you can get in here in the $400,000 price range, which is crazy. All right, super close to Costco, the mall, shopping, everything you need within a close drive. Schools close by, like I said, some of the top of the line schools in all of Southern California. And there's some really sweet amenities in this neighborhood. We saw the pool that's getting built right behind here, the pool area with the spa and everything. There's a sports park right down the road that's getting built. So lots of really cool things, amazing views. You got really kind of built into nature here, but we're still super close to shopping and all this, sort of things that make life worth living, right? So a couple things to mention before I get out of here. All right, number one, all right, just want to talk about quickly the HOA. So the total HOA in this community is going to be $647 a month. Yes, I know that seems like a lot. All right, even if you're coming from LA, Orange County, San Diego, that seems high. That includes the fire insurance that's required for this area. So I sell in other communities where the fire insurance is several $100s a month, like $500, $600, $700 a month for the fire insurance part of it. All right, so the fact that that's baked in here as part of the HOA, I think that's kind of a relief in a way. So you're gonna have access to all the amenities and everything, plus the fire insurance is part of that. The other thing is gonna be the HOA. The other thing is gonna be the tax rate. It's gonna be about 2.1%. That includes the special assessments, the Melrose, all that sort of stuff. So yes, that is a little bit on the higher side. All right, normally we're seeing right around 2, so it's a little bit higher than normal, but I'm just presenting the facts to you. I don't make the taxes or the Melrose. I'm just telling you what it is. So 2.1% in this neighborhood. All right, and they're going to build 157 of these houses, these townhomes throughout this community. And as I mentioned in the opening, we're right behind another, new neighborhood. So if a townhome's not for you, they still got some of these big houses here, like the normal, more traditional single-family homes available, that they're building out through the summer. So you got all those in this neighborhood right here. You have houses basically single family homes from the 600s all the way up to they're selling some of the models for over $1 million in this side. So the fact that you're able to get something for the 400s right on the back side of this neighborhood, where some houses are high 7s, 8s, 9s, even into the millions, I think that bodes well for the equity in these houses down the road. So anyways, before I get out of here, just a couple quick little housekeeping things. If you liked anything you saw today, make sure you go ahead and reach out, whether you're coming out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, the other thing, all right, just want to remind you guys, this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like the sort of stuff from touring new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal, if you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap the notification bell. That way stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. Anyways, YouTube's gonna put a video over their shoulder. If you like this video, you're probably gonna like that video, and I'll see you in there.